Coach, I know this part of the year is never easy, and my job, this is never the fun part either. But what was the message to the boys in the locker room?
I just told them don't judge our season based on tonight. Obviously tonight did not come out the way we wanted it to, but those guys have worked their butts off, and I just said to think about the things that they've done really well throughout the season and the progress that they've made since the start of the season.
A little bit of a slow start, then you got going, and the first 16 minutes were back and forth. How were you guys feeling in the first half?
Feeling good until the last 8 seconds of that half. We could have that back. I would do anything for that, but they did a good job of really coming out and being physical, and we expected them to be physical, So, but we got our bearings around us a little bit. Started making some nice cuts to the basket and moving without the ball. I think that really helped us get into it, and then our transition game, getting out and going.
You mentioned up 4 late second, and they go 3 steal. They call it, a made basket, right, wrong, or indifferent. To go from up 4 to down 1 in a blur like that going into the break, how tough was that?
That's a tough one. That's a punch in the stomach, And I really talked about it at the half, and said we've got to respond at this point. And we just got to keep playing, kind of like what we talked about last time after the district final. Just flush away the bad, and we got to stay in the moment and stay focused on what we're trying to do, play by play. There's nothing we could do at that point to change it, so we had to just keep playing.
Get it down to 7 at one point, early fourth, things are looking good, and then they are able to pull away. When you look back at that sequence, anything stand out?
Losing Silas was big. He was doing an excellent job in there. He was fighting his butt off. And losing him was a big factor there. So yeah.
I know when I talked to you before the game, we talked about kind of their physicality, and they looked every part of the physicality that we've been told about.
Yeah, we did a ton of scouting, and we knew just based upon watching film that it was going to be physical, and that we needed to stay aggressive. And like I said, moving without the ball, back cuts, transition, getting out in transition. That was going to be very vital for us to win that game.
Heck of a year. How do you sum it up?
We're going to miss 2 great seniors in Silas Walston and Connor Nally. Those are 2 guys that have played a ton of basketball for us. They've been great role models for us. Love them to death. The kids love them to death. They've been, just like I said, great role models and somebody that you can look up to. And they've really set a great example for us going forward. So